Welcome back. Tactical Tuesday with Johnny Tiger on November 15th, 2022. I don't know how many of you can make out that combo that I did in the beginning there. It's a very unique combo in the sense that it is all on the left side. Jab, 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 elbow. And it is only very effective. It's only effective because of the unpredictability and the speed it can come out. Because the full jabs don't always have to go in the same spot. They don't just jab, jab, jab the same spot. Okay? You can do head, body, elbow, head, body, elbow, head, body, head, elbow. Like there's a lot of combination you can do just with that single hand, just with that two moves, the jab and the elbow. Now immediately, some of you, those of you that can see the screen, of course, would say, "Hey, what's up? You're not in your uniform." Yeah, I'm not because it's been a long day. I'm still not feeling very good. I don't. I think I just got a common cold or something. Stuffed up nose and plugged sinus and coughing, sneezing. Other than that, I'm fine. Uh, but yeah, still not feeling at 100%, and today's been a bit of a long day. So I figure let's get this quick video done and don't have to jump into my uniform. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about the simple 1-2 punches. 1-2 punches. Now, if you have clocked in some time with boxing or MMA, the 1-2 punches should be so natural to you. You know what they are. You can do them even without thinking about it. When people say 1-2, immediately in your head, you know jab cross, jab cross. You can almost feel your own body throwing the jab cross motion, right? Even if you're from other martial art, Krav Maga or um, uh, kickboxing, Muay Thai, jab cross is not something that is unknown to you. Although I once had someone who claimed to be a master in their martial art and really professional and all that stuff, who told me they didn't know what a hook was or what an uppercut was. Yeah, okay, you know, let's just say this: if you claim to be an expert at whatever martial art you do, even if it's not a striking martial art, even if your specialty is judo, you should really, really still know what an uppercut or hook is. And if you have to ask me what they are, then I'm sorry. I truly question uh, your claim of being expert at any kind of martial arts. Because being an expert, being a master, is not just knowing your own martial art very well. You need to know what other martial art people do, what other fighting styles out there look like. You need to know the basics. Otherwise, all that tells me is you might be a master at your own martial art, but the moment you fight someone else who do something else, you might get your butt kicked really, really bad because you don't even know what a hook is, what an uppercut is, which means you might not know how to defend them. Uh, but that's me digressing a little bit. Let's talk about the 1-2. 1-2, refreshing everyone's memory. One is a jab, two is a cross. Jab, you throw with the hand that is forward, meaning if your left foot is forward in your fight stance, then your jab hand is your left hand. If your right foot is forward in your fight stance, then your jab hand is your right hand. Right? And cross is the other hand, the back hand. Okay, so if my right leg is behind and my right hand is my cross hand, which means when I throw this punch, it's hard. I will twist my hip, drive with my foot to throw this punch out really, really hard. And that is the cross. Jab is light, and quick. But it doesn't always have to be that way. This is part of what we want to talk about today. Let me quickly tell you guys two little true life story. One time in the studio I worked at, there was a younger instructor who came in, and he's got like a second degree black belt taekwondo. He's tall and fit, very, very good at what he did. But he was young and a little bit on the cocky side. And we had another older instructor who got a little bit annoyed at this younger instructor. So the two of them decided to spar. Now this younger guy, like I said, younger and more fit, and had a black like two-degree, second-degree black belt in Taekwondo. The other instructor was an instructor for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but he told the younger guy, "I'm not even going to do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with you. You do your Taekwondo. I'm only going to do my number one punch, which means my jab punch. Okay, that's it. That's all I'm going to do." Long story short, by the end of that sparring session, the Taekwondo guy ended up with two very pretty black eyes and didn't even lay a hit on the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy. Even though the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy wasn't even doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, he was just throwing jab the whole fight. Now, some people may say, well, okay, well, that might be a fluke. Uh, maybe just like the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy was more experienced, a better timing whatsoever. But then the same exact thing happened to me. Yeah, there was one time I was training with one of my classmates in Krav Maga, and this guy he was a little bit less experienced than me. So when we were sparring, I decided to give him a break. I told him, okay, what I'm going to do today is I'm not going to use my Krav Maga movement and excuse me, like I said, a little bit of cough. Um, so I told him, I'm not going to do Krav Maga today. I'm not going to do karate. I'm not going to do the kung fu stuff. So you don't have to worry about my like 1,000 different techniques. All I'm gonna do is taekwondo. Okay, so all my movement, that the entire sparring session, I'm just going to do taekwondo. I'm just going to be kicking. But you only have to worry about my kicks. For that entire round, I couldn't even get a kick in because the guy defaulted to only throwing jabs. Whenever he even suspected that I was going to start kicking, he threw out a jab, popped me right in the eye, or if I blocked, then he would knock me back. I would lose my balance. I have to reset or step to the side and try to kick again. But by the time my leg come up, he popped me in the eye again with his jab. Whole round, I just got frustrated. I couldn't even lay a kick on the guy. And this was someone who's a lot less experienced than me. So this is not me trash talking Taekwondo, but more rather, this is me talking about if you know what you're doing, number one, number two punches, heck, just the number one punch, devastating. Right? You don't even need anything fancy. Now, you have heard me say before, fighting is very fluid. Fighting can be very complex because there's 1,000 situations you need to think about. But in a slightly opposite direction, fighting can also be very simple. How simple? Boom, boom, boom. Fight's over. Okay? Three jabs to the head, to the face. If you can get that in, fight is over. It is that simple. Okay? Hit someone in the head as hard as you can with your hand, with your feet. Fight's over. Right? This is why the 1-2 punches, a lot of people think these are just beginner stuff. Okay, if If I tell you we're going to spend the next 4 classes doing 1-2s, you may say, oh, that's nuts. That I don't need to spend 4 classes doing 1-2. I can tell you with confidence, I can get people to do 1-2 for half a year, and they still find new things that they need to work on. There was one time when I had a new student, and for 2 months we did nothing but jab. But 2 months later, there's still so much about throwing that number one punch that he wasn't very comfortable yet. So 1-2, while very simple, anyone with two working arms and hands can do them. It's still an art all on its own. And once you perfect these, I can say you got most of your striking right there, right there. If you got good 1-2, you don't really need other stuff. I mean, it's good to have other stuff. Good to have your grappling, good to have your elbow, good to have your knee, good to have your kicks, good to have your headbutt, good to have your weapon. Yeah, it's good to have those other things. But if you perfect your 1-2, you become a master of your 1-2s, then you really don't need the other stuff as much. Yeah, you still need your weapon stuff, and it would be good if you know a little bit about grappling, if someone grab you and wrestle you. But with a good set of 1-2, good understanding of how to do them, how to deliver them, then it it will be a rare situation where you run into uh, fight that you can't handle out there. Now that's with the understanding that you have to be really, really, really good with your 1-2, of course. So today I'm going to give you guys two things to think about because I don't want to overwhelm anybody. And like I said, long day, a little bit tired. So when you want to work on your 1-2, don't get suckered into thinking that you have to always go the same rhythm, same speed, same height, right? Change your rhythm, change your angle, change your height, change your speed, make it unpredictable, then you are beginning to understand why developing a very good set of 1-2s can be very deadly. For example, one of my personal favorite combo that I use in a lot of sparring matches, contests, and uh, um, uh, different fighting scenarios that work, I would say 85-90% of the time. And it's so simple that a lot of people that I hit with this, afterward they're shaking their head. Look, I can understand that I didn't block that when I slow it down for them. Okay? All it is, okay? How many punches was that? Let's look at that again. That's 7 punches. 1-2, 1-2. The first 4 go right for the face. 1-2, 1-2, jab, jab, jab. The last 3 jabs, all in the stomach. They're all gut punches. And the last jab in particular is almost like a cross because the last jab, I'm throwing my weight into it. Okay? So, slowing it down slightly. 1-2, 1-2, jab, jab, jab. Right? Why is this so hard to block? Because this exploit one of the human natural weakness. It's when when we are being taught on how to block punches. Okay, most people is taught this way. When the uh, when the jab is coming, you throw out this hand, catch it, and then you bring the hand back. Yeah, you always want to bring your hand back, right? And then the cross is coming, you block it, bring your hand back or retaliate. When a jab is coming, you throw your hand out, block it, and bring your hand back, or retaliate. This is how you are taught. However, unless you're really, really disciplined, unless you're really, really good at what you do, most people, when met with pa 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 at the face, 1 2 1 2 at the face, what's going to happen is they don't have time to block, retract. Okay? So what's happened is your body naturally think, okay, it's going to keep coming at my face. I might as well leave my arm out here. And that is why the last three gut punches, boom, 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 will land almost all the time with this particular combo. Because your body is worried about these punches coming at your face. But by the time you realize, oh, it's not coming anymore, I'm already going for the guts. Now, of course, if you want to do this combo, I don't want you guys to think that, oh, I just have to learn this combo and I can beat people up all the time. No, it doesn't work that way. This is just an example for you guys to think about. Okay? Anything like that. Because if everyone learns this combo, then this will never work. Because everyone knows, oh, after 1 2 1 2, then it's gut punches, then you drop your hand down. No. Combos are just examples. Combos are not written in stone. So if I run into a guy who I go 1 2 1 2 and I drop to the gut punch and they are fast enough to drop their hand down to block the gut punch, then I go two right in the face, right? You drop your hand down, I'm going to punch you in the face. So in that case, it turns into 1 2 1 2 gut punch, face punch. It's still 1 2 1 2 1 2, but totally different angle. All this is illustrated is you need to know how to exploit the natural weaknesses in human physicality, human psychology. If something is coming constantly at the person's face and at a quick speed and uh, enough velocity, then likelihood is that person is going to get locked into a blocking posture. And once they get locked into the blocking posture, you suddenly go for the stomach. They don't have time to react to that. This is why we again and again, tell people when you're blocking, don't try to uh, think ahead of your opponent. Don't try to overthink this, right? Always block, retract, block, retract. Don't try to take the shortcut. He's going to keep punching me in the head, so I'm going to leave my arm out here. No, because once you do that, someone who know how to fight is going to go for the rib cage, go for the stomach, go for the side of the head. So changing angle, very, very important. And try to lull people into thinking that they can get locked into one posture. Right? That's number one. That's the first thing you need to understand when you want to get more advanced with your 1 2 punches. Number two is, okay, let's say some people they are very good at not getting locked into one posture, or you don't find that opportunity to do that. Then what you want to work on is lock them into timing. You want to lull them into playing by your rhythm, which means, and this again, surprisingly, this works a lot. Is when people are blocking, and I go 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay, those last ones almost always hit because I suddenly speed up. Okay? When people are fighting, people generally are not thinking that much. It's all muscle memory. It's all instinct, which means it's good if you have good instinct. But most people don't grow up fighting. Most people don't spend every day fighting. So their instinct sometimes can be a bit faulty, which accounts to account for if the person is throwing 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, that same rhythm After about 4 seconds, your body start to follow that rhythm. Because your body is trying to sink as little as possible. So your instinct is, so this is the rhythm we are going to be at. So when the person suddenly breaks that rhythm, it's going to catch you off guard, take you by surprise. Now this doesn't always have to be speeding up. Okay, I'm going 1 2 1 2 1 2. Right? It doesn't have to always be like that. It can be something like 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 1 2 2 2 2 1. Okay, you can have a little bit of pause in there too, as long as you're not pausing too long for the person to start hitting you back. Okay, so either changing up your angle, changing up your timing after making the person think that you're going to stay in the same angle or same timing. When you get really, really good, you can even change both. Okay? 1 2 1 2 1 2, gut punch, face gut punch. 1 2 1 2, gut punch, face punch. 1 2 1, move to the side, move to the side. 1 1 1 2. Okay? It can be slow, it can be fast, it can be slow and fast and slow. Like I said, 1 2 punches may be simple. They may be like beginner stuff, but to really master them and get good at them take a long time. But once you get good at them, then you have a lot of stuff that you need in the fight right there. Thank you for checking out today's Tactical Tuesday. Be back again tomorrow for some Wisdom Wednesday. For now, have a good night.